People often think about philanthropy in terms of financial capital. At the Community Foundation, we talk about all of the forms of capital we bring to the work to build a better community. Social, moral, intellectual, reputational capital, as well as financial capital. Delores Barr Weaver has set the bar in this community for philanthropy that leverages all types of capital.
I think the most important thing to know about Delores' giving is that she, yes, gives a lot of money to important causes all over the world. But what I like to say, and it's not very elegant, is that she puts her mouth where her money is.
One of the things I love so much about Delores is she's not afraid of anything. She's certainly not afraid to stir the pot.
I first met Delores nearly 30 years ago when the team came to Jacksonville, and she had a desire to learn about how children could earn tickets to the game instead of the Jaguars giving them tickets. Delores hasn't been afraid to take on tough issues and to take on all of the stress that comes along with that. And I think some of the biggest examples really are what she did with Honor Rows, where she had an entire program about Jaguars don't smoke. And then she took on LGBTQ issues with supporting Jasmine.
Delores was concerned about teenagers' knowledge or lack thereof of reproductive health and wanted to do something. She believed there was an opportunity to use her platform to address issues that aren't so easy to talk about. Straight Talk was a media campaign and a grant-making program to promote prevention and education around teen pregnancy and reproductive health. Straight Talk started as one TV special and grew to an annual primetime talk show that aired on every major network.
And I remember being part of a gun buyback program where she approached the sheriff at the time and said, I want to do something about the violence that we're experiencing here in Jacksonville.
So I first met Delores, it was probably 2016, 2017. We had attended a dinner that the ARC Jacksonville had put on. One of the concerns that she had after the dinner was how many times throughout the evening the word disability had been used. And she contacted a few of us and just said, there's got to be something different. We've got to be able to talk about people who have intellectual disabilities in a completely different way. The Connectable campaign became a public awareness campaign that was designed primarily by about 5 or 6 organizations that served people who had intellectual and developmental disabilities. More than anything, what it showed was we're more alike than different. And I think that was Delores' heart in all of this.
Many people in the city are inspirational to us, but Delores taught us how to give in a way that is more meaningful. She truly changed the landscape. Delores' giving is educational, as she has such a clear and unique vision when it comes to meeting the needs of our community.
So having had Delores Barr Weaver in my life for 30 years has had a tremendous impact on my role at the Community Foundation, my role as a woman leader in this community. She sees something in people, she sees something in their passion, and she makes an investment in them as well as the nonprofit they're leading.
I first got to know Delores when I became Habit Jackson's CEO in 2004. She really believes in housing as the foundation for a stable life, especially for children and families. As Jacksonville started having a shortage of affordable housing, she was instrumental in us developing townhouses and the first tiny houses community here in Jacksonville.
The Delores Barr Weaver Therapeutic Equestrian Center is one of a kind in Jacksonville and really in the state of Florida. It is a therapeutic equestrian center that serves children and young adults who have intellectual and developmental differences. It is a working farm that's located in Arlington. Delores has been so instrumental in helping bring that to Jacksonville.
I think many of our local nonprofits know that Delores is really famous for challenge grants and matching grants. And one reason that she does it and has done it so well in our community is because when she and Wayne were in a position where they didn't have the money that they have now, she was never asked to give. And so she never had the joy or the benefit of knowing how good it feels to give back. And it's really helped nonprofits to grow their donor base and to get more people involved in their cause.
When we were moving into this building in the middle of COVID, Ms. Weaver stepped up and she did a matching grant and encouraged all of our donors, and we were able to purchase and remodel this building debt-free. And it quadrupled our capacity to hire women who are survivors of human trafficking. I mean, she paved the way for us. We always talk about at Rethreaded, women are paving the way for other women. And she started paving the way
In 2023, Delores Weaver gave $61 million to her Delores Barr Weaver Legacy Fund, her donor advised fund at the Community Foundation. The intent of this funding was to create her legacy. She began by reflecting on her grant making. It was important to her that she continued to support these organizations she's been so deeply committed to, while she pivots and deepens her focus into other areas that she's passionate about. This was very difficult work for her. In fact, we often referred to it as her labor of love. Delores is such a special philanthropist. She not only gives to large organizations and big causes, both locally and nationally and internationally, but she cares passionately about those small and grassroots organizations.
It made me so happy because it meant that Mrs. Weaver had looked over what we were doing and decided it was worthwhile and continued to support us. Florida Youth Maritime Training was formed to provide vocational training to disadvantaged youth at risk to become employed in the maritime sector. I'm paying back society for the things that society did for me.
Being in so many different meetings with her and watching the questions and just what she is thinking about is really, it's amazing to me. It's been an honor to just sit almost at her feet to say, tell me more, teach me more. How do you become a Delores Weaver? I think at the basis, it, again, is her love and her passion for people.
She knows what she wants and how she wants it done. Her bold initiatives and efforts to create new pathways and standards for giving are admired and respected throughout the philanthropic community.
The Prize for Civic Engagement recognizes and encourages citizens of Northeast Florida who speak out courageously for the common good on matters of civic importance, rather than for the sake of popularity or private agenda. The prize recognizes qualities that are not often publicly acclaimed and honors those who show courage in advancing actions that enhance the public good, especially when those actions are unpopular. It has only been awarded to 2 people before, esteemed community stewards Bill Britton and Bill Shy. The Community Foundation is proud to recognize Delores Barr Weaver with the prize as we celebrate our 60th anniversary.
Delores, congratulations on receiving the Prize for Civic Engagement from the Community Foundation.
You have always been a force for good.
You have paved the way for the women that I care about so deeply.
I have seen personally how you have changed so many lives and certainly made our community better.
You are doing more for the city of Jacksonville than people understand.
You embody everything this award represents.
You are a wonderful woman with an enormous and caring heart.
You are a dream weaver. Thank you for loving North Florida School of Special Education.
We are so thankful for your example.
The effect of what you're doing will just continue to grow, and that effect is wonderful.
And to say you are deserving of a recognition for your work would be an understatement, since you are one who set the bar.
I would say my life has been forever changed because of you, and you will always be imprinted on my life.
I can't think of anyone more perfect to receive this award.
Thank you for being a change maker.
I can't be more proud to call you a friend and a mentor. You've done so much for me in my life and so much for so many others, and I look forward to many more years of working with you and being in your company.